Harry, Ben, wow.
Righto.
We're back. September. Commiserations, first of all, Harry.
Thanks, mate. You say that with a smile.
Oh, I know. I'm really trying to, because it's genuine.
Yeah, no, thank you, mate.
Said we'll get to the prelim in a second, but obviously a massive weekend for you. And Ben, the elephant in the room, because there has been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumours about your movements next year. Do we want to address it off the top?
Yeah, briefly, mate. Obviously, the elephant in the room is my free agency news that came out last week. I have made a decision, but I can't really say too much other than that acknowledging the decision's been made, and there's still so much to play out, mate, so I'll leave it at that. But there'll be a time and a place down the track where we can go in more depth, but yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. But yeah.
Yeah, good call, and we'll find out news in the coming days. But going back to Carlton, H, you played a good game. You must personally be pretty happy.
It's a tough one. No, because the result, really, at the end of the day, individual, it doesn't matter at all when the result doesn't go your way. It was, to start with, it was a pretty cool game to be part of. The obviously all prelims are huge games, but there was something about the atmosphere up in Brisbane. We were saying, as we were running out, the noise and how loud it was and the cheers, we're all kind of laughing and saying it's basically a home game at the Gabba, which is just crazy to think about. And the setting was beautiful. The sun was just going down after they did the Welcome to the Country, which I was actually going to have that as my twinner because he was amazing. How he got the crowd going. I thought it was really cool. But after they did the national anthem as well, and we all just kind of run off do a quick little warm up, and that was just it was such a cool experience and moment. And then that first quarter when obviously we were on top and the sun was setting, it was just a really cool atmosphere to be part of. But yeah, very disappointing that we couldn't get the job done. And I thought, it was a pretty good game all around, game of footy. But Lions obviously a standout team, so it was disappointing not to get the job done. And when you get pretty close to getting it done and not being able to do it, it's obviously disappointing. But I think we'll be better for it as a group. And even the chat after the game was, as much as this hurts right now, we'll be better for it, and we'll use it as motivation. And look forward to hopefully going on bigger and better in the years to come. But as I said, I've said it a few times, but it was just a really awesome experience to be part of, and I'm really proud of the club and the group and the supporters as well. Everyone involved with Carlton, it's been a huge year. So as much as it sucked not to get the job done, we'll be better for it.
Were you able to enjoy the experience much, or was it sort of down to business? It's obviously they always speak about enjoying the moment, right? But when you're in those positions, did you actually enjoy it, or was it just almost like another game?
Good question. I thought you asked a few guys that had played in prelims, a few of the coaches and ex-players, and they said the build-up's the worst part because you're playing everything in your head and you're building up. But then once the ball's bounced, to a degree, it's like another game. So I think moments like we spoke about, once the national anthem had gone and just kind of looking around in the warm-up, those type of things, I reckon everyone really enjoyed it, and we're just all smiling and looking at each other and taking it all in. But once the ball was bounced, it kind of you go into footy mode pretty quick, and it does feel, it's obviously the intensity's up and the stakes are higher, but it is another game of footy. And I think everyone talks about how tough prelims are, and physically they are, but I reckon it's just the toughness of moments, capitalising on moments, is just crucial in prelims. And probably at the end of the day, Lions did that a little bit better. So it's hard to soak it all in during the actual game, but probably before it. And I'm sure there'll be a stage over the next week or two where you reflect and think about it. But once the ball's bounced, it is like another game.
Yeah. Yep. Ticket sales were almost 50-50 for the supporters, as you were touching on before. And I think a travelling crowd is always going to be a bit louder than a home crowd because they've worked so hard to get there. And the Carlton fans were just extraordinary. The Channel 7 coverage, as soon as the Carlton team ran out, they were just like, oh my God, that's Carlton. I thought that must have been the home side. Well, it must have been unreal.
Yeah. So I've said to a few people, it sounded every bit as loud as 90,000 at the G. Which is obviously there's a 60,000 people discrepancy, but I think there is something about the Gabba where it feels more enclosed and the stands are closer and the people are closer. So there's kind of that ability to retain its noise, as you've spoken about, Will. But the first quarter when we were kicking a few of those goals, because that was pretty much, I reckon, half the crowd there was a big Carlton kind of
Yeah, it's
portion
like a
of
bay,
people,
yeah.
and then the other half were kind of Brisbane, and we were kind of kicking a few of those goals in that pocket in the first quarter. And it
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, the noise was crazy. So, yeah, Carlton, the fans' ability to create a cool environment and make a lot of noise, and just it was very euphoric that first quarter and throughout the whole night with the fans. So it was it's unheard of to have that much support and that much noise in an away venue. Like it's absolutely nuts. So hats off to the fans. They were amazing. It's a cool experience that we all got to do for the first time this year. So as players, a lot of coaches, a lot of fans hadn't experienced finals yet. So we're all better for that experience. And it was definitely a fun ride over the last couple of months. So as I've said, bitterly disappointing not to win, but I think we'll be as a group, it'll bring a lot of motivation, and hopefully we can go on to bigger and better things.
Yep. Now, grand final week in Melbourne, you can feel the buzz as we're sitting here on Monday afternoon that we're recording. It must be something that encourages and drives you guys every season to try and get out there on the biggest stage, because it is such a cool week. Have you got anything planned? What do you guys do as players? You just kind of watch from a distance?
Yeah, well, we're both heading away on the Monday, so haven't got a heap planned for grand final day yet. But I keep thinking that
It's after it. Why would that matter?
what? I'm just saying that it's not the absolute
not even
might be
part of the
packing.
week.
Yeah.
packing, not,
4 days of packing, is it?
not the absolute priority in my life. But I was going to say that this still hasn't been a two Melbourne team grand final since like 2011.
That's a
know
good
that?
point. Yeah.
So I can only imagine when that happens. But
Well, there was, but there wasn't in Melbourne.
yeah, exactly. So I think it's just exciting, mate, that it's one time of the year where everyone can celebrate footy for what it is, and regardless of who's in it, I'm excited to see what happens. But for your sake, mate, I hope the Lions get up. But
Thank you, mate. Have you got teams this weekend? Like Ben's jumping on the Lions. Age?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't really thought about it much at all. And this is, as we said, the first finals experience. So usually, we've already had about a month off, and you're back into your training, and that's when you see guys playing in prelims and grand finals and get really motivated.
Yeah.
But because we literally just finished, you probably just want a little bit of get away from footy for a bit, I reckon.
Sure.
So, as cool as grand final week is, it probably won't be doing too much.
Do you ever support a team? Do you deep down just kind of prefer one team over another? Maybe there might be one guy that talked a bit of shit about you one time. And is there any of that when you're watching grand finals?
I reckon there's a couple. I remember when Richmond 2017 and 18, you hear how they turn their club around and some of the things that they, the vulnerability piece they embraced and all that stuff. And I thought, that's cool. I hope it'd be awesome to see them get success after using that model. So there's kind of things like that and stories that you follow. I reckon that But either way, when it's not you, you don't really want either of them to win, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But it's probably more you hope for a good game, and for your sake, Rollo, I hope the Lions get up, but won't bother me too much.
Feeling the love.
what are your plans, Rollo?
I've got my
GF
tickets.
Day?
Yeah,
You going?
I'm a bit cagey talking about it because there's so many fans that miss out. But I was lucky enough to get the priority one, and then I've made the deposit and all good.
So through your Lions membership, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So very nervous, but should be a fun day. Since then I've been an adult, I haven't had the chance. So getting to live that dream that so many supporters have, and hopefully everyone gets a chance because I feel very lucky at the moment, very privileged.
How are the nerves on a Monday afternoon?
Honestly,
right now,
better than last Monday.
Yeah.
I reckon everyone says that. I reckon.
Yeah.
The prelims are just it's a tough week for everyone.
Oh.
It's just you're so close either way.
Yeah. I think being such heavy favourites was tough as well, where you feel like you really, if we lose this, it'll be a very, very big disappointment. Whereas this one feels a bit more of a flip of a coin. I don't know what you guys think. If you have a tip for Brisbane Collingwood, as we stand here, Collingwood a slight favourite.
Well, you guys bet them twice this year, is that right?
Yeah. Won the last 6 against Collingwood, but none of them at the G, which is the...
It's a storyline.
Well, I'm thinking it's meant to be hot, isn't it, 27?
Yeah.
I reckon that might suit Brisbane, so I'm tipping Brisbane.
Jeez, really?
Yeah.
You actually think that? Do you think... how hot was it when you're up there? Was it noticeably
it was
hot?
beautiful. It was 21. On that day, it was 22 degrees.
Yeah.
But because we played at 5 o'clock, it was 18, 17, 18.
Yeah,
so it was
just
perfect.
Melbourne weather.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
lovely.
beautiful. Very exciting. Yeah, can't wait. And obviously the Brownlow tonight, I'll be heading along. You guys heading along to the Brownlow, by the way?
No, I'm not going this year. No.
You went when you won the Coleman, obviously.
Well, that was, what was that, 2021? There was no
COVID.
It was COVID,
yeah.
so that was online and went last year. I took my mum last year.
Yep.
But it was only 5 guys ago, I think. So, and yeah, I won't get many votes this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my invite got lost in the mail.
Lost in the mail, maybe.
Ben's never got a vote, remember?
I've never been to the Brownlow, and I've never got a
we'll
vote.
call it
No
now.
votes.
We'll call it now because obviously this will be out by the Brownlow. Like,
Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll get a vote tonight?
No.
And what round? If there's any round?
You're getting votes.
I reckon
Surely.
maybe a couple of games against Essendon were solid.
What was
A couple
the
of
game?
games against St Kilda were solid.
You got 8 or so coaches' votes one week, didn't you?
Yeah, I reckon it was against one of those, Essendon or St Kilda. Maybe. It's every year one voter, if that.
It is hard. I think I was asking Weeders and he said, I think he's only ever got one or 2 votes.
Yeah. We had this conversation when we first started the podcast, remember?
Yeah.
When Eth came in, and
Yeah.
it's very hard for defenders to get votes, but it's not a defenders award, is it? It's
Yeah.
a midfield award, but see how we go.
Well, that's the thing. We'll see how like Cal Wilkie does, for example. He was
That's right.
all Australian. I
Or
doubt
Darcy Moore, one of those guys.
Yeah, I doubt he'll get much more than 0.
Have you got your questions lined up?
Yeah, so you historically do the, what are they called? Shit questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just the working title. Stuck
You
for 5
started the trend, and I was saying to this off air a few weeks ago, I feel like more people try and do it now, and it's kind of lost its zing a bit. So you were kind of the trailblazer for it.
Yeah.
And now everyone maybe try a bit hard to think of something funny to ask.
Yeah, well, that's sort of the normal, like, what are you wearing crew? Who are you wearing? Actually, I'm not doing any of that, but yeah.
Have we got a grab of it, MJ? I think we might.
No, sure. Just a quick one, Jack. What's your favourite font? Your TikToker recipes, is there one that you're particularly disappointed with? Do you think there's one you should take down?
Yeah, I made a broccoli pasta.
Which word in the dictionary is always spelled incorrectly?
I don't know.
Incorrectly. Hey, Steve, it's been a while, but did you ever get your hands on that $3 Super Pass?
I didn't. I donated it to one of the boys who got traded up there.
Hi, Gil. Obviously, it's been a big couple of weeks with the loss of the Queen. How have you taken the departure of Tracy Grimshaw? How do you expect to be affected by a third straight La Nina? What's your favourite postcode?
2640.
Bang. If your flight were to crash on a remote island, which teammate would you want to eat first?
Would I want to eat?
Is that it? So there's some strange ones, yeah.
Very
So have you got a couple you could maybe tease us with tonight, and we'll say if they're good or not?
I wanted to ask something about cash converters. Asking like Petrarca or something if he's ever actually like been in a cash converters before, because I'd be curious if that was his first time shooting those ads. What's on my list here? I've got something like, have you got a favourite triangle? Do you know any triangles? Like a isosceles? No.
Forgot all what I've learned, yeah.
Something about the grand final entertainment. Sold out MCG, Australia's biggest stage. You're going to see Tay-Tay. You know, that sort of gear.
Okay.
We had that one where we were going to say, like, can you start a rumour about someone that's down the red carpet?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe do it for a teammate. So like if you ask
Yeah.
one of the boys, as like say one of the Carlton boys, and then someone else comes.
Yeah.
So let's keep it in club maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
we just had Sam Welsh, and he said blah, blah, blah. Can you...
Yeah, we said
confirm
Welsh
or
on
deny?
you. He just reckons it, and then he just
And then
makes
can you
them up.
believe what he just said about you?
Or is this true? Or
Yeah. And I was thinking something like a fun sock leaderboard, just who's got the funnest socks on the night. See if anyone's got anything
Yeah, I don't mind that.
interesting. Yeah, we'll see. It's usually very, very awkward in the moment, but then the edit
looks
actually
all right.
cuts
Yeah.
up once you take all the awkwardness out.
Do you reckon they might know you, so they might avoid you a bit?
I think
the
there is a
players?
little bit of that. Last year, everyone was moving really quickly through the red carpet. I think it was a tough year, but we'll see.
They seem to be moving very quickly past you and
Yeah, I know.
slowing down.
And I get the worst spot on the red carpet too. It's just like this squishy little spot, like at the start. And then you see like Seven's got all this luxurious room.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just how it goes.
Who wins quickly?
It's a good call. Who do you guys think?
I reckon Bontempelli.
Yeah.
It would be nice for Bont to win, wouldn't it? I think the legends and the champions of the game deserve
Yeah, I'd like to see him win it. Yep.
honours.
I agree.
Yeah. I think Butters will be sneaky close, though. He's won a lot of awards this year, including the triple MVP. So we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Winners and losers.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Are you prepared? Oh, yeah.
and losers.
I hate cheese.
Oh my God. Yeah, as I said, my twinner, we had the as I said off the top, the welcome to country and how cool that was, and I'm not sure what his name was, but I have to find out. But his ability to ignite the crowd was really cool. Apparently,
What did he do again? I sort of missed it.
Aussie.
Yeah, he did like the Aussie chant and just got everyone going. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Apparently, he did the welcome to country for them one of the Matildas games and got the crowd buzzing as well.
That's right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It would have been the Suncorp one.
Yeah, must have been. Yeah, so it was yeah, that was really cool. I
Yeah.
like that. That was my twinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Work. I got 2 twinners, and I haven't really got a loser. But my first twinner was the goal you kicked in the first quarter. That was the most relieved I've been as a brother that you kicked the goal.
Why?
I don't know. I just was so glad that went through for you, mate. So I'm happy. That was my first twinner.
Because it was a snap.
Is that a backhand?
No, that's
No,
a
I think
compliment, mate.
I think it's wholesome.
It's wholesome.
You must have been pretty relieved.
Yeah, it was a great finish.
No, I wasn't like that relieved. Like I reckon you always want to.
Not really. Just happy. I was very happy for you.
Yeah.
Your first kick's always important, I reckon, as a forward.
Mm.
Because if your first one goes in, usually it's a nice way to build into the game. But yeah, I didn't. To me, it didn't have any extra on it than many of the other shots. But it was cool because that was 2 or 3 goals up at that stage.
I think it was the second goal.
Yeah, so it was good. It was more of a good start to kind of capitalise on the work that the boys were doing up the ground. So yeah,
nice. And my second twinner was obviously we spoke about NFL fantasy being back. I think it was last week. I had a good win last week, and it's just amazing how it sets up your week. Yeah, sets up your week mentally.
Really?
You just feel good about yourself and big smile on your face. And so I've had a good week in twinners. I haven't really got a loser, so I took the advice on board, and we should be happy.
Yeah.
So,
but you've got Aaron Rodgers for the next 10 years, don't you?
yeah, 2 years. Yeah,
2 years.
that was disappointing. But had a good win last week, which set up my week, which was good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Would we know anyone else in that comp, or is it just like friends, mates from back home? Or...
who would you know?
Well, you know Caleb.
Caleb Sarong's in it.
Caleb Sarong's in it.
Yeah, we're mates with Caleb he grew up in Warragul as well. So.
Oh, there you go.
Caleb.
He's a chance tonight, just quietly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's been suspended. That's right. Damien Barrett said.
Is Caleb a chance?
I think Damo suggested he was like a dark horse or something there. Everyone's like, Damo is suspended. He can't win it. But I think he'll get a few votes.
Yeah, he's had a great year. He won the
Doig.
Yeah, he won the
Doig medal. So
Yep.
Congratulations, Dong.
Yep.
No, you wouldn't know anyone else. I don't think it's all mostly mates from back home.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
Losers.
Loser, didn't have a heap, but it was more another travel experience. And I'm just thinking, is there ever been a travel experience when something isn't delayed? Like sitting on the tarmac, plane gets rescheduled, gets delayed, there's a baggage thing at the other end. Like it's always, there's never a perfectly smooth trip, is there?
Yeah. Yeah. I had Brennan Favola lined up for the Saturday Rub, which I was producing and trying to get him on for an interview, and roughly scheduled him 1:30. And then I was just like, I'll see how his flight's going. And then luckily it wasn't his, but I looked up and one of the flights was scheduled to depart at like midday, and it hadn't left, and it was getting like close to 2. And I was just like, oh my God, imagine Carlton supporters on that flight.
Well, apparently 2 flights to the Gold Coast got cancelled completely.
Oh, that'd just break your heart.
Oh, it
wouldn't
would suck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our auntie Sandy, she her flight got cancelled as well.
Did it?
I had to fly up to Noosa and then get driven down.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she make the game?
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Sandy.
Yeah, she did. Her and Tommy. Their flight into Brisbane got cancelled, so it was only like an hour later or something, but it was up in Noosa, so they had to drive down. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing how desperate you get.
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
Nice.
Nice work.
Anyway.
No losers?
Nah.
Nothing?
No,
No traffic?
Wasn't going to force it.
Didn't have a bad coffee this week?
Not really. Can't really complain.
But your finger, that's still pretty sore.
It's got about 2 weeks left.
You got to restrap
Mate,
that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
gross.
Got
I know.
manky.
Same tape as last week.
I do. Even the fingernail was like really long, but
Yuck.
anyway,
Gross.
Oh, that's your loser.
maybe it is.
You are a loser. Is that what you
It's rich. What? It's Richie Rich.
T-shirt update.
Yeah. So thank you to everyone.
Done it?
Yeah, they look great.
Thanks to everyone that's bought one. They're running low too, so make sure you jump
we
in.
do have a few left, so make sure you buy them before they run out. But
Yeah.
big thank you to everyone that's bought one so far, and
Absolutely.
yeah, keep sending them through.
Yep.
Tag us in your story or send it to the show's Instagram,
Yeah.
and look forward to seeing everyone wearing them.
Good quality, nice baggy,
Yeah.
heavy
Yeah,
t-shirts.
they're very comfy.
Yeah.
Looks good on you, Will.
Oh, thanks, guys. I think
Not so much on Harry, but
Well, we look the same. We're twins, so.
Got him.
what's the next thing, Will?
The media awards. We did want to talk about this.
Daylight robbery? Or? Yeah.
So best podcast. Oh, every podcast in the country thinks so, Rob. So we're just going to be joining that train. But
True.
we thought that we didn't win anything. So
Oh, we didn't.
it's not like they.
What do you want to set up?
announced-
So there's an AFL Media Award, and one of the awards is the best podcast
Yeah.
in football.
Did we discuss this on the podcast, or we just
No,
talk about
we
this
didn't.
off? I don't think we even brought it up. Okay, so there's the media awards, and one of them is best football podcast. And we found out during the week that it had gone to 3AW Football, Nothing Like the 90s, which is a podcast where they obviously spoke about 90s football, and it must be very good. I haven't personally heard it, but we thought, oh, well, that was it. We've just completely missed out. But the good news is that we were mentioned in the highly commended. So I feel like we made the podium.
How many of those are in there? So
Yeah,
it's,
so
There was the Age Footy podcast, the AFL Daily podcast, and the Ben and Harry podcast is highly
that's it.
commended.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I feel like top 4 podcasts
Top
in the
4.
country.
the only
Take
some
that.
MJ kind of wasn't sure because we talk about relevance and the
Yeah,
discussion-
relevance, yeah.
relevance, yeah, basically
part of the criteria.
part of the
yeah.
criteria to win it. And MJ might have questions whether the 90s classified as relevance, but yeah, again, I haven't heard the podcast. I'm sure it's great, but yeah.
Just label your criticism with MJ said. Just, you can stick by it. You don't think the Nothing Like the 90s podcast is relevant, do you?
Well,
Call a
90s
spade a
wouldn't
spade.
90s wouldn't suggest they might. I don't know. I haven't listened to them.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
There's
Sure,
still a lot
it's
of
great.
people that
There's some
were
legends on there, so I'm sure it's awesome. But
Absolutely. I'm sure it is great.
backtracking now.
digging a hole.
We were talking about NFL just before, Ben.
Yeah.
Both big NFL guys. And Harry, probably the highest profile AFL supporting Taylor Swift supporter.
Pito would be flat with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he,
Pito, yeah.
but like more than you?
Yeah, he would be. He is. Yeah, he's
Die
full
hard.
on. Like, if he were actually going to listen, like, play music in the gym,
Mm.
like, as much as I like Taylor, more of her old stuff. Like, I'm still, play other artists more frequently. But Pito would genuinely like play Taylor Swift if he got.
Wow.
Like he loves it.
Opts in.
So, shout
Well, there
out
you
to
go.
Pito.
Well, big news. He must be devastated because he probably thinking he's a
Half a
chance when
chance.
she comes out here.
Well, the news is that Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
NFL superstar.
So she likes twins. That's one thing.
Yeah, was this
Yeah.
actually confirmed?
I don't know. As we
I reckon
sit
it might
here-
be a bit
There
of
was-
a
there was
media,
vision
media
of-
stunt.
Taylor and Travis's mum in the box at the most recent game.
Yeah.
And I think MJ said they were captured walking out of the game together in the car together. So
right.
it followed on after the game.
So read into that what you will.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
putting 2 and 2 together.
We have a grab.
Yeah.
So this is Patrick Mahomes, of course, teammate of Kelsey, and he said he tried to get him a touchdown for Tay-Tay.
Do you realize how much pressure there was on you today from the Swifties to get Travis Kelce a touchdown with Taylor in the house today?
Yeah, I heard she was in the house.
Did you feel it? Did you feel the pressure, Patrick?
I felt a little bit of pressure. And so I knew I had to get it to Trav. And of course, it's on a route that Travis, he does his own thing and just makes up a route and I throw it to him. So I think he wanted to get in the end zone just as much as all the Swifties wanted him to.
How would you go with Swiftie in the house?
You'd want to have a good game, mate.
She had another number 10 Carlton jersey on. Imagine that.
Oh,
Maybe one day.
what a thrill.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
Harry's hot seat?
Yeah.
Harry's hot seat.
Well, going on from last week's theme, I thought you can be in the hot seat again, Will, and you can talk us through your surgery experience. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you made me much more calm. So I've had my shoulder tear repaired.
Yeah.
They've decompressed the big cyst that was in there.
There's a
And-
cyst in there.
Oh, yeah, like a 5 centimetre cyst. Apparently it was like pressing against nerves and stuff. So it was
Right.
pretty painful. And
Significant.
then, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. Went under.
So, did you try and fight against the...
I really don't remember it.
right.
I remember chatting to the doctor and then I must have just trailed off
When you woke up, was it a euphoric feeling?
It was, yeah. But I was switched on pretty much straight away. You know the worst part? I was just chilling in my hospital room, and they've come, all right, we're gonna wheel you in, and then they wheel me, and then I'm just parked in a spot for about an hour and 15 minutes with nothing, no stimulus. My phone was left in my room.
But pre or post?
Pre.
Yeah.
I've never been so bored.
Usually you can have your phone.
Yeah, they must have taken it off me for, I don't know. Anyway, that was actually painful. But then, since then it's been not too bad. You guys can tell me more about surgery.
Usually you can, when you're in that situation, you can like speak to the other patients that are waiting as well. Do you do that?
No, curtains were up.
Right.
I was just trying to make out like
You're a big dog.
Yeah.
I remember this is actually a cool story on that. Last year, when I was getting my knee done, similar thing, waiting in the room. I think I had my phone on me, but whatever. But yeah, the curtains were kind of open, and it was an hour and a half. And opposite me was like a teenage guy that was getting his knee done as well, and he must have said, "Harry, like I'm a fan or whatever," and asked a little, talked a little bit of footy, and he was really, really nervous about. He hadn't had surgery before, and he was getting his ACL done, and I just like told him a couple of things about my experience, and that it's a nice sleep, and you'll be really well looked after, and like, and heaps of people come back from ACLs, and just kind of just had to chat to him, and anyway, a few days later on Instagram, I got a message from this kid, and he said, just want to say like massive thank you for chatting to me pre-surgery. Like I was super nervous, like never been so nervous in my life, but you really made me feel comfortable and settled. So, and that was really nice. So
that's awesome. You should get back on Insta. There might be some more messages like that.
Maybe
you're missing out on.
Maybe. Yeah,
that is a good story though. That would be very nerve-wracking if you're a young kid.
Yeah.
How old was he? 15.
Yeah, 16. Can't exactly remember, but yeah, teenage kid. So good on
because
him.
I was nervous. The nurse came in and she's just like, "Oh, you look nervous." I was like, "Do I? How does that look?" Yeah, but no, it was fine. Survived it. Doing some rehab. Gentlemen, both your years are now finished. I think we're going to record a grand final edition of the Ben and Harry podcast. It'd be nice to
wrap it up.
see you guys one last time.
And we need to work out whether we're going to bloody keep doing this over the off season. Will
I know? I don't know what that's.
We'll be away, and
we'll be in Europe.
You'll be in Europe. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah,
but it'll certainly be back if this is the second last one for 2023. We'll be back next year, but you're listening to a podium finisher.
I hope we're back next year. Do we get renewed?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Are they contracts?
Hopefully.
Excellent.
No, very good. Thanks, Will. All the best to the Lions.
Thanks, Rollo.
Thank you,
good luck
guys.
On your sake, mate.
Appreciate it.
They win for your sake.
Bloody nerves. I won't be able to speak this time next week if that's the case. But yeah,
if they win, you probably won't be in any state to record. Will you? Hungover and
not until Thursday. Let's see.
We're away next week anyway, aren't we?
We leave on Monday.
Monday night. We could do Monday morning.
First thing Monday morning.
Sorry, just rambling now, but yeah.
That's for MJ.
Just doing the calendar.
Right up. See ya.
See ya.